Aruma Resources, so we are focused all in Western Australia. Sorry, it's running itself here. And I guess I am focused on trying to provide shareholders with some value through successful exploration. So that's the typical disclaimer for
Which ones?
ASX listed companies, competent persons, and forward-looking statement. So the corporate snapshot. Good thing about this slide is only 196 million shares on issue. I did do a raise in early June, so I've got a good amount of cash at the moment to explore, $3 million in the bank. And another good thing about what we do is R&D rebates each year. December last year we got over $800,000 back into the kitty, which takes us to about $5.5 million over the life of Aruma. And that's based on a model of gold in volcanic sediments, and that enables us to do the rebate and get that back each year. And I'll go on a little bit about the gold and sediments model, but it's a pretty important part of what we do. So projects, we've got 5 projects in total. Up in the Pilbara, I've got 2 projects. Melrose, which is a gold project around the Poulson's mine that Black Cat Syndicated are currently got. And over closer to Newman is Saltwater. Pegged as a gold project, but it's becoming another metals project. There's rare earths, base metals potential as well there. Heading to the south, down in the Yilgarn, 3 projects down there, 2 gold, 1 at Carter Well, which is just a recently approved project. We're yet to do any field work there. And Sun and Gums closer to Esperance. I'll have to work on this running itself. And I've got a lithium project at Mount Deans, which is near Norseman. So what sets Aruma apart? So as I said, we've got the golden volcanic sediments model that we use to go and look for prospective geology. But the other box it's got to tick also is how well it's been explored, overlooked or underexplored for various reasons. So examples there, Salmon Gums down in the south near Esperance was always mapped as not part of the Yilgarn Craton, so almost not explored at all in the farmland down there. Carter Well in the middle of Yilgarn was always mapped by GSWA as granite, but it's not. There's mafic outcrop there, we know, with some historic workings. Mount Deans, so the lithium project, outcropping pegmatites, has a tantalum resource on it, but was never sampled and assayed for lithium. And Saltwater, the local station owners up at Saltwater have been finding gold nuggets in the creek system up there, so we pegged it for gold, and a really difficult place to do exploration and really underexplored. So I'll start with Salmon Gums, which is the gold project in the south. It's about 90 kilometres north of Esperance in the wheat belt down there. The farmers are fantastic and really great to deal with. But you can see in the middle map there the Kundalee Fault. The Kundalee Fault was always the southern extent of the map Yilgarn Craton. A company by the name of Pantoro are currently mining the Scotia project there. They've got a current resource of about 2 million ounces, reserves of 500,000 ounces, and they're definitely mining Norseman style mineralisation and greenstone rocks. And you can see the grades there, the 28 at 8 that they're mining at Greenland are really healthy and typical of what you get at Norseman. You can trace the greenstone rocks further to the south, down into our Salmon Gums project, and we drilled at Thistle last year and were pretty successful in drilling some bonanza grades there, the 5 at 50 metres in an RC hole, only 42 metres down hole. Another a little way off, 4 metres at 4 at the bottom of another hole. I went in and did another 5,000 metres of RC drilling earlier this year. I wasn't successful in hitting the bonanza grades. I did extend the mineralisation along strike, but my current plan is to go back into the Thistle prospect at the 5 at 50 and drill it with diamond core and really understand what the mineralisation was. So that's I'll twin the hole, I'll scissor the hole, and I'll really understand what that 5 at 50 was in a sulphide ore body. So that's news that'll start coming in hopefully October. As I said, I've got a diamond rig mobilising there in the next few weeks. Mount Dean's lithium. So Mount Dean's is only another 80 kilometres north of Salmon Gums. You see on the map there, there's a road that goes straight to Esperance, Deep Sea Port. It's about 200 kilometres away, so strategically located there. Known pegmatite outcropping with lithium. We drilled it last year and was pretty successful in the thicknesses and the grades we got. So averaging over 1% lithium oxide, but it also has other minerals there as well. So rubidium is pretty high grade, but it's got cesium, niobium, and also the tin and the tantalum, which the LCT pegmatites usually have that group of elements. But the thing about Mount Lithium is it is a lepidolite ore body, so that's not spodumene. Lepidolite is, importantly, 25% of the world's current lithium supply. Brines take up about another 25%, and the rest is spodumene. So lepidolite is a really important supply for lithium ore, and the grades we've got there at Mount Dean's of averaging about 1% are pretty nice grades. The thing about lepidolite is it's very easy to concentrate and recover, unlike spodumene. So a lithium concentrate there of somewhere in the order of 3.5% to 4% is certainly obtainable. But the tin and the tantalum certainly can liberate as well. And the grades of the tantalum and the tin would be enough that they would pay for all the mining and processing of the project, and all the lithium would be all profit. So round numbers would make the Mount Dean's lithium a very, very economic project. Now I'll move up to the Pilbara. So both projects are on that map. Melrose close to Poulson's there on the west, and Saltwater down towards Newman on the right. Both projects are adjacent to the Nanjilgardi Fault. That fault is a very important structure in the Pilbara in that region, roughly 5 million ounces along it. Poulson's over 1 million ounces produced. Kalamazoo have got their Mount Olympus up to 1.5 million ounces in resource. And further off to the east on that map is Capricorn's Karlawinda project, which is up towards the 2 million ounces. So the Nanjilgardi Fault is a really important structural feature along that region, but I'm going to zoom into Saltwater, which is about 150 kilometres to the southwest of Newman. As I said, the Saltwater area, the local station owners were prospecting and finding nuggets in the creek system down there. But importantly, to recognise what else is available in the area is an important job of geologists. In 2010, a company by the name of U308 were looking for uranium. They discovered some really high rare earth samples there at Sirius and Levanto, up in the northern part there. They also discovered knobbies down in the centre, so that's 3% copper, 2 grams gold, but some other neighbours in the area, and I'll just show our neighbours in the green is Dreadnought. They've been very aggressive in accumulating ground in that area. That's the Bresnahan project. The red on the map is part of Wesfarmers. They've gone in there looking for rare earths as well, and Tech Australia are also in there. So we've got some well-funded neighbours going in there looking for what's available. So my first trip up there last year, we're coming across this black manganiferous shale, and importantly with hydrothermal quartz breccia around it. That's at Levanto there, so that's where there's 11% rare earths. You go down towards Saltwater and you've got the same kind of manganiferous shales, and importantly the hydrothermal quartz breccia as well. So the model that we're looking for here with respect to rare earths and base metals and other mineralisation, gold, is an unconformity model. Unconformity model here is the red line there is the prospective stratigraphy just below what is the Bresnahan-Wailu Formation unconformity. That model's been used really successfully, with at Browns Range by Northern Minerals. So the Wailu Formation's a really thick pile of sediments, 12 kilometres of volcanic deep marine sediments, really full of metals that the saline water, as it gets pushed down and extruded out, drags the metals out. It finds some structures to take it to the unconformity, which acts as a cap, and then it has to look for something that'll suck up those fertile fluids. And in this case, we think it's the manganiferous shales that are doing this. So this works for uranium, works for rare earths. This models the base metals. But we did some sampling in early June, got some results back, and in a really black, really heavy rock, we've got 0.3% cobalt. So those grades of cobalt are very economic in themselves. Average grades for cobalt ore bodies are about 0.1%. But the key there is the 4% barium. So that's showing us that it's a VMS style type deposit, which can be a really important source of base metals and gold in a deposit. So they're the three projects that I really like. I've got another couple at Melrose and at Carter Well that I'm yet to do a lot of work on. But I guess the highlights for Aruma, the company metrics. So I've got a good upside. I've got $3 million in the bank. The R&D compliance is likely to bring in another $800,000 or so in December. So certainly well funded for exploration. And we do actively work and drill. Success last year with both Mount Deans and Salmon Gums, and certainly plan on getting into saltwater and really having some success up there. Yes. I come on board to Aruma in January this year. I've got a really good experienced senior geologist to help me, and so we're really driving to push these projects actively. But remember Aruma, so it's an Indigenous word that means happy place. I'm in booth 30 right at the front entrance, so if you've got any questions, come and see me. Thank you.